A lot of news dropping about Xbox today. We're learning that the July Game Showcase on the 23rd is going to be an hour packed full of games. Greenberg said on Twitter, "Seen some wild expectations, so if it's helpful, this show has one focus: games. No business, devices, or similar news, just games." So I wouldn't expect a price reveal or Lockhart or anything like that, it sounds like. It's going to be streamed at 1080p 60 frames per second. They'll upload a 4K 60 video after the show. But just like I said with Sony, I say it with one, I say it with the other. I still think it's a missed opportunity for your first look at the next generation to be streamed at 1080p because the videos are already compressed and the focus is going to be on how much better these games look compared to current generation. I remember right after the Sony show was over streaming that everybody was online talking about how those games that they showed really didn't look any different than your current generation games. And so if you didn't go look at the 4K video, yeah, you probably weren't impressed with what you saw. But at least Xbox is doing a 60 frames per second show. So I would definitely recommend going and checking out the 4K video afterwards, just like with Sony, to really see what sort of upgrade you're looking at. As we've been hearing for some time, it's been confirmed that xCloud, the Xbox streaming platform, is going to be bundled in with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate starting in September. And there's a lot of info with that, so I may just do an entirely separate video just looking at xCloud being integrated with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. But one thing that wasn't highlighted by Microsoft, but was instead noticed by others, is that Microsoft has reportedly discontinued the Xbox Live 12-month subscription. So if you go to their website across all regions, there's no longer an option to get 12 months of service. You may still be able to get it like on places like Amazon, so if you are, I'll link it down below so that you can go pick one up if you want it. But if it's no longer an option on Microsoft's website, could it be an indication that there's not going to be an Xbox Live Gold in 12 months? Could it be that we're looking at a future where Microsoft finally tears down the multiplayer paywall? When Microsoft first launched Xbox Live, there was nothing like it on the market. It was revolutionary. And at the time, there was a strong argument to be made that it was something worth paying for. But times have changed, This is something that I've been talking about for forever because I think it's really insane for console makers, PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo, to make gamers pay extra to access the online portion of their games. It's not the developers doing it. Whenever you go buy Call of Duty, you're not giving Call of Duty or Activision extra money to access online. You're only paying the console makers. So it's PlayStation and Microsoft that require you to pay them to access your full game that you've already bought, which makes less sense today than it ever has, especially with Xbox Live being on PC. Yet PC players don't have an online fee, yet they still have access to everything that Xbox Live offers, including achievements, party chat, and everything else. And what I say is that since Game Pass came out, many have complained that games with gold offerings have already been a lot less exciting. It seems to have gone downhill as far as their offerings. But I think Game Pass and xCloud offer a new revenue stream for Microsoft so that they don't necessarily need the money coming in from multiplayer. Because over the years, Xbox Live payments have brought in a huge amount of money for Microsoft. So whenever I make these videos talking about this, the argument is always, they're making too much money. They'll never get rid of it due to the revenue. But again, with Game Pass now, as well as xCloud, Microsoft now has other ways to generate revenue. And I think it makes sense that they could finally make multiplayer free, yet still charge a premium for Game Pass and xCloud. Because that is worth paying for. Multiplayer, no. And if they did that, man, it would be a huge win for Xbox. It would be a drop the mic moment, and it would be a great win for everybody because I think it could also even put pressure on PlayStation to follow suit. And at the same time, it would also allow them to restructure their pricing for Game Pass and xCloud. Right now with the yearly option gone, it's more expensive to buy it on a month or 3-month basis. That's not to say that a yearly option won't come back, But if it does, it could possibly look a little different than what it does today. And I've been saying Game Pass is going to go up in price. The question isn't if, it's when. And I think even at a higher cost than what it is now, it still offers a great value for gamers, and they would still have plenty of people who would sign up to pay. Especially when you've got Microsoft finally about to roll out a bunch of large exclusives for the Xbox Series X launch, and you're getting access to those on the day of release. And if you're giving everyone access to online free, then that's great PR, and I think that would far outweigh any price hikes that you had to implement if you decided to do it now with Game Pass and xCloud. So I really hope this is the case. I think this would be, again, a huge drop the mic moment for Xbox to say, look, you shouldn't be locked out of your game because you bought it, and you should have every right to access it on every platform that you own with no hidden fees. It's definitely the right thing to do. Now, there's no guarantee this will happen. It could be something that happens in the future. It could be simply that they're going to relabel stuff, or maybe it was just a glitch in the system that caused the 12-month goal to be removed from all regions, so it seems like a pretty big glitch. So we'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen. But do you think, like me, that it could make a huge impact if Xbox dropped gold and gave everybody access to multiplayer for free? Post your comments down below. That does it for me, The Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.